This week on the Push Relays podcast, we talk about the sandwich, outer bit, casing, ranking, and do you even like making content? 2, 1, Dan's not got any headphones on.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. We just had a revelation.
If you hear any feedback and it's a problem, it's not my fault. I just want to let you know. Now maybe this Rode mic's good enough whereby because there's got two speakers on it, right? Two microphones. It's picking up Tom's voice and they're drowning it out, and then it picks up my voice and it's good. That's fine. Maybe that's how it works. I'm okay with that, right? I'm cool with that.
I think
I
so.
just
I
want to
think
make
so. I
sure
have
for
it
the
like set to like direction. I think it's like I don't know whether it's a direction. There's like a little knob on it, but this is absolutely invigorating content straight out the bat as
I
you.
know we are literally like Chatterbix, aren't we? We really are like Chatterbix. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just hope it works. Let's hope for the best.
I think it works because I haven't plugged into I haven't put headphones on for ages. And
Yeah,
obviously people do, but I'm always been like, well, I think the mic that is obviously we have very fancy mics that cost at least 100 British pounds.
well, that's true. Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, the most important question of today is: do you tuck your ears into your cap like Tom?
so I
Why? I have
this
never
one I
noticed
do.
that you do that before in my life.
This one I do because it
Oh, okay,
looks
yeah.
stupid like that, and it's quite a
Does.
big, like stretchy hat. It's a different material. It's not a normal brand. Like
Well, you see, you're not the first person this week I've had a discussion with. That's why I brought it up. Because one of my
you're
clients,
not.
she does it on all her videos, and I was like, why do you do that? She's
I've
like, I
got
just look
five.
weird with my ears out. And I was like, yeah, but ears are supposed to be like that.
I've got at least 3 hats with me. This is why you watch YouTube, guys. You can see this live. Um, so good hat. I would I have it out? Would I have it in? I don't know. I wear hats all the time, and now I don't know on that one.
Yeah, I just always wear mine out. I just like I don't know, like maybe, but then I also don't pull them all the way down.
I think if I wear it backwards, they're tucked, 100%.
Just always wear them out. I've always done that. Maybe I'm the weird one. Can anyone enlighten me? Maybe I'm the weird one. But I've always,
But I
but
think
then I don't wear my cats backwards like you. I never would do that in a million years.
I think no, you look stupid. Um, this one, do I
Cool.
wear it in?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I just noticed it when you were just looking into it. I just thought it was very strange, so I just thought
Well,
I'd bring it up.
actually, like I've got so many. Let's have a look.
Well,
'Cause-
you know,
Derailed
you-
automatically. No, like I've literally got my YouTube channel up right
I
now.
just don't know if it's more aerodynamic.
I've got my YouTube channel up right now, right? And my normal hats, like well, actually, I'm very sad, Dan, because I
Oh
left my
no,
fighting for par hat on the plane yesterday.
that's a shame, isn't it?
Sad, very sad. It's a bit old and very weathered now, and it's been
Yeah,
washing.
no one's picking up and wearing it, are they? They're
No,
throwing that away.
I was like, it's
Yeah,
pretty gross.
yeah, it's pretty mean.
I was really sad. No, I'm wearing like I'm looking at I wear my Boston hat quite a lot. I wear that's that are my good hats. I think that this one, that big good hat is well, that white one's quite big. So on
Mm.
the other trucker hats, I have my ears out, but then I have my ears in that on that hat
Who knows, mate?
backwards. It's kind of all over the place. Most of the time they're out, I think.
Okay. I just wanted to check because I just noticed. That's the first thing I noticed.
Very strange. Yeah.
Anyway,
When you
there you
wear
go.
it backwards, you have to tuck them in. I don't think you can do it the other way.
That's probably why I don't took them in because I never wear a hat backwards. I just can't pull it off. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to offend you, but I feel like you have to have the hair through the little bit.
Correct. 100% you do. 100% you do. Like, I agree with you, mate. It's no offense taken. That's exactly
Because
what's needed.
that's the kind of
That's just a fact. Do you
the
know?
look.
That's exactly what's needed.
Unless you wore like, because if it's a snapback, then you're fine. You've got the little window of
Mm.
hair. But if you wear like the one that doesn't, that's just like straight flat, but I don't think you wear those hats. The non-adjustable ones.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No. There we go.
Got a weird shaped head. Well, not a weird shaped head. I just don't have a head that suits those caps.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. I don't particularly like them either.
Anyway, I'm sure you're all here for this delightful conversation we're
I bet so.
having.
Good, good.
Yeah, it's groundbreaking stuff. Yeah, Tom's been away. Tom's been in Bosnia and he didn't see Edin Dzeko. So what's that about?
I know.
Right.
I
It's
went
poor.
to the Balkans, I believe it's called. I went to Bosnia. I went to Croatia. I went
Mhm.
to Montenegro.
What
Those
about Davon Suker? Do you see Davor Suker?
Davos Suker couldn't move for a Davos Suker. He was
Oh,
just
you're
every
very class.
restaurant. There he was. There he was with his
Yeah.
mates like Ivan Rakitic and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Luka
Yeah.
Modric was just chilling. Like
Gvardiol. Was he
Josko
there?
Guardiola, yeah.
Mhm.
Ivan Perisic. Literally, I was saying these names to Chloe. She's like, "Why don't you retain better information?" She's like, "It's unbelievable that you could just list off these random players." She was like, "You know what would be good? Understanding stocks, Tom, and understanding like
Yeah.
what to invest in and how remembering all those kind of things and what's the history. Yet you can just pluck a name out from the 1997." Fucking, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah," but we ever
Well,
need to invest in shirts,
well,
so great.
we know what's important, so
It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of Edin Dzeko ones, Sally Hadovich shirts,
Mm.
all those kind of things. So it was fun, fun trip. Very quick,
Oh,
very
good.
a lot of driving. Bit boring in that respect.
Yeah, how much did driving do you have to do to drive there?
Quite a lot, like, well, a lot, but everything was like 2 hours away. So it was
Yeah,
like, it's enough, but it's very picturesque because you're just on the coast and like,
yeah.
it's just like mountain and sea. And you're like, this is quite cool when you're driving around. And like, the region is beautiful. Like Bosnia, not so much. It was very apparent. So we flew in kind of late-ish to Croatia into Dubrovnik, and then we like were like, oh, we better eat. So we ate there. And then we had to drive at like 10 p.m. So we didn't get to the place we were going to in Bosnia until like almost 1 a.m.
Mm.
So that was a bit tragic. But I've never had this before in my life where we got to this kind of hotel-y thing. Obviously, we had no idea what it looked like because we hadn't really looked at the pictures. We booked it in proximity to Chloe's mum was like round the corner in a different hotel with her friends. So we're like, oh, I don't want to stay in that hotel. We'll stay in a different one. But this is the best one there. The best hotel in that thing cost us like a sweet like £94 a night. So that was expensive.
Mm.
And so we rang like at dinner. I was like, oh, by the way, we're going to be quite late to check in, blah blah blah. And the woman on reception spoke perfect English. She was like, yeah, no worries. That like, there's always somebody on reception. They'll show you to your room. Cool. Um, so we got there. There's a security guard, like mid 50s, that's angry as anything, who's sitting there. Doesn't speak a lick of English, of course. All Bosnian. We obviously we're probably the ridiculous ones that don't speak any Bosnian. So it was a tough place to be, my friend. And like so he's using his like phone as like a Google Translate and just speaking to his phone, then showing us what's there. And then I've never had this ever, where like normally when you check in, right, you give your passport, they take your details, and then they give it back. So we gave him the passports, and he was like, "I show you to your other room now." Obviously, but he said that, but that's what I imagine he sounded like. And I was like, "Can I have my passport back?" Obviously, through the thing, blah blah blah. He was like, "I was like, what?" And then he somehow was like, "Oh, we need to keep them here for insurance." And I was like, "Insurance for what? Like, we've already fucking paid. Doesn't fucking matter." It's like,
Yeah.
like if and he was like, "Oh, the woman doesn't come till 7 a.m. She needs to input the details at 7." Like, okay, we'll take a picture of it. It's fine. Let's just leave that there. I'm not leaving my fucking passports with you, you weirdo that I've met for 1 minute in Bosnia. Like, I'm sorry. And so this went back and forth for a good, like, painfully so, can't speak a word of each other's language for about 15 minutes of trying to get
Yeah.
our way of like, give me my fucking passport back, you prick. Otherwise, we're not going to stay at this hotel. Like, we were
Mm.
literally like, going to walk out. Just like, I'm not leaving my passport overnight with some random man. Because guess what? We both need it. So eventually I was just like, I will leave you my driver's license. This is what I'll come back for. But I was so fucking stupid. Didn't understand it whatsoever. I was like, if you need the details, just take a picture. Like,
Yeah, I've never had that before.
I've never
I've had
had
it
it
in a
before.
hotel before, I think, where I've left my passport at reception because they needed to photocopy it and then they gave
Yeah,
it
they
me
should
back.
photocopy it and then they give it back to you. But they didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Oh, you can pick this up in the morning. I was like, go fuck yourself. Absolutely not.
Mm.
You could like you're not going to be here, so you could be fucking a million miles away, and I have no way of how to trace you. Yeah,
Yeah.
very strange. But anyway, Bosnia was
Very odd.
interesting. Went to Mostar. There was a it's 60% Muslim, Bosnia, which is interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of your guys over there. Your guys, I mean Emiratis, and like Kuwaitis and
I'd
Qataris.
say what bold people. Like, what am
Yeah, buying up like Bosnian land apparently, hoping that it's going to get into the EU and then kind of get a little bit more expensive because there was a big difference, mate. For if you're driving from Croatia into Bosnia, the road quality drop off was quite staggering when you go from Croatia to Bosnia,
Ah,
which was interesting to say the least.
yeah.
Bosnians aren't as friendly as Croatians and Montenegrins. If anybody hasn't been to Montenegro, I implore you to go. It's so lovely. People are nice, food's awesome. The scenery around, we stayed in a place called Parast, which is around this big bay, Kotor Bay, and Herceg Novi. Um, yeah, anywhere around there, really cool. Really liked it. Really nice.
Mm.
And then we're in Dubrovnik for like 2 nights. So that was fun. Very fun. Lots of old
Lovely.
things. Lots of old things, mate.
Mm.
Yeah, walked around the wall, did that. Went in the
Good stuff,
sea,
man. Got your steps in.
nice and salty.
Good stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Well, now onto the hot topics though, Tom, because now we really want to know about. We're gonna do another top five, like we did with the brownies, the cookies last show.
Which, by
Um,
the way, all right, not one person voted for your list. Not one.
well, it's because you had the wrong people looking at it. Because I got a lot of people saying that mine was good. So there you go. Everyone obviously is a bit, they are a bit obsessed with the brownie side of stuff. And look, I'm not saying you can't get good brownies. I'm just saying that the continuum of quality is far greater on a brownie, and that's what annoys me about them, right? So anyway, I made my point. Anyway, this one's a better one. This one's a better one, right? So we're going to the top five, Tom, on right the bread that you would use in a sandwich.
In a sandwich.
Or on a sandwich, that's used for a sandwich, right? We've got
Or a
top
sandwich.
five. We've got top five, right? You need to come up with your top five, and I'll come up with my top five, right? We have got obviously normal breads, like a loaf of bread, right? Bread. You can have white, brown. I don't really care. Like normal square loaf of bread, right?
Like, kind of like a, would you get
Like you
like
get a normal sandwich, like a
Tesco's
normal
own?
sandwich, right?
Like a
Yeah.
Tesco's own kind of deal? Like
So you
20
got a
quid?
loaf of bread, right?
Okay.
You then got bagels. You then got tortilla wraps.
Right. I'm gonna have questions about these.
You then got baguette and ciabatta. They are the bread delivery systems you've got for your sandwich filling. I don't care about the sandwich filling. I don't care about, well, some things are better on bagels, some things are better. No, I just mean as a general rule, right? If you're going to have a sandwich and you can have whatever you want in it, what would your top five rank from one to five be of those bread types, right?
Right.
We'll call normal bread a loaf of bread, right? That's not normal bread,
Bread
but
loaf. But
you can also include sourdough within that if you really want. I don't really
okay.
care. I
Okay.
don't really care, right? It's just you know what I mean, right? But each of those breads has something
Yeah, no,
vastly
it's like
different about them,
it's like
right?
a loaf
Yeah.
of bread. A
So
normal bread.
you need
Can
to
I
think about yours, Tom.
can
I
I
already know mine,
can I
obviously,
ask
because
questions?
I mean, you can ask a couple of questions, but I don't think it needs to be many questions, to be honest.
Uh,
Um,
Suddenly realizing what it's like either to be my wife or a teacher. I'm like, I would like to ask questions about what you just said, and I need to know this information. Bagels. So are we just talking any kind of bagel? Am I having a prime, like everything bagel, a raisin bagel, whatever?
we're
What?
talking savory sandwiches.
Right. So I can have an everything bagel, which is the best
Yes,
bagel. Right.
yes.
I'm gonna pick the most optimum fitting for each of these categories of what I would have.
What in it?
No, as the thing, because obviously
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Yeah,
like
no, but
when
I
you
want
said
you to think
normal
of your
bread,
optimal.
like
Yeah,
do
no.
you? You're probably like you're having toasty bread with like the fucking crusts cut up. Like I can see that. That's what's happening with you. Boom, boom. Those little sandwiches that
Yeah,
like
well, you can have whatever you want. You know, if you want that, you
right.
can have that.
So
But I don't think that alters anything on this. I think you
yeah.
should pick it
So I
based
would
on.
like a country like I think crusty loaf would be the best one.
You can
Okay.
have crusty loaf. Yeah, normal bread,
Yeah, normal
crusty
big
loaf.
crusty loaf. That's better than sourdough. Sourdough's just like overrated. It's too much and like it's too hard.
It's
It
only good for toast, sourdough.
doesn't toast well. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, but it's only good. That's all it's good for is a little bit
It's not
lightly
good for toast.
toasted.
It's not
No,
good
I
for
think it's
toast.
good for toast. It's
It's
good for
awful.
toast.
It's
That's
awful
good
for
for toast.
toast. It's notorious
Right,
for bad.
I've changed the bread to crusty loaf. We call it crusty loaf, Tom. All right, I've changed it.
Right. And bagel, I'm having an everything bagel. That's the best one. It's got all the bits on it. So that's good. Poppy
Mm.
seeds, sesame seeds, all the things. Um, when you say tortilla wrap, are we talking corn? Are we
No,
talking
wheat wrap,
wheat
wheat
one?
flour
Then
wrap.
that
Yep.
that can fuck right off then. No, worst thing you could pick. Baguette, we're thinking like a nice French baguette,
Yeah, warm baguette.
warm French baguette, like you
Yeah.
popped out to a little bakery in
It
Paris.
can either be one of those like demi baguettes that you get a whole baguette, or it can be cut off from a big
Like you
one. I
remember?
don't mind.
No, I want the buy the baguette from the boulangerie, and I've
Yeah,
bitten the top off it, and I'm walking back to my little.
that's fine. You can have that. I'm absolutely fine with that.
Not those ones which I do also like. You know the ones that aren't cooked yet. They're kind of half
Yes, they're
cooked.
also
And
good. Yeah.
then you
Mm.
like you wet it a little bit and put it in the oven, and then you get it.
Yeah,
It's like ooh, they're
yeah.
good. Very underrated. Pretty
Very good way to get a bacon sandwich in the Sunday morning. That is
perfect.
very good.
They're really
Yeah,
like when your mum bought them. Oh, you're
yeah.
like that's a treat. That.
It's a
Um,
good day that day. Yeah.
and ciabatta is something I buy a lot. So that's an interesting one because I my default roll is a ciabatta roll, mainly because the airiness. So the M&S, this is calorie controlled, guys. The M&S ciabatta rolls are 148 calories each, so they're or 130, something like that. Whereas the
Okay, that
Waitrose ones
just
are
sounds
like
good.
210, so they're a little bit more airy. So ciabatta, normal roll. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think well, you've thought a lot about the actual bread you're gonna have. I just mean more so as like as a general rule. If I was to go for a certain, if I was again go to M&S and I was to pick out the sandwiches, this is the order I'd look at it in, like in terms of what I would have as the bread on the outside, or what I would at home think I'd love one of them. I'd love one of them. That's what I like more.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go on then. What's
Oh,
yours?
you want me to
Fine.
tell you? Okay.
Yep.
What would you like reverse order or what?
Reverse order, maybe. Yeah. Let's go
Okay. The
bottom.
worst to first.
Yeah.
Okay. Worst is a tortilla wrap.
Tom, you let me down straight away. You don't
Because
like
you
a
said
really good, like filled
wait,
wrap.
Daniel Meek. I've been unfortunately corn like tortillas and stuff so much better. This is
Are
where
they though?
I'm having to pull rank here. I'm saying like the amount of fucking tacos I've had in my life, and none of them are good with like wheat tortillas. None of them.
They don't fold well though, do they? Corn tortillas.
Nice though. They're a little bit nicer. They're the one
Oh.
they don't eat them. They don't eat the wheat ones in.
Mate, I'll bow down to your superior knowledge based on your wife's nationality. I'll bow down to it, right? That she knows far more from that part of the world. Right? I'll bow down to what you know about it.
But
I'm just saying that most of the time when you go to supermarkets or shops, they don't have
they don't
wraps
have them.
in
Correct.
corn. They're usually in wheat. But that to me doesn't affect my ability to choose whether I choose a wrap or not. I still think they're good because I think the filling to bread ratio is far superior. You get a proper good taste of filling because you get
I
more
would
filling. But
enjoy
anyway.
a burrito,
Oh, okay. Well, you changed the rules now. Okay,
but
brilliant.
that wouldn't be
Right.
my go-to sandwich. I'm not walking in there going,
Yep.
"Give me a burrito."
Correct.
All
All
right,
right,
so
you've gone tortilla last. Okay.
five on the tortilla. Then I think I will mainly because I only have it out of calorie necessity. I'll have the ciabatta
At four.
at four.
Yeah.
Then I will have normal bread. So I'm having
Yeah.
my crusty farmhouse
Crusty loaf.
crusty loaf.
Yeah.
Then I'm having my warm French baguette. Then I'm having my bagel. I'm a
Yeah.
bagel bitch. That's what they call
Well,
me.
I've gone. I would go crusty loaf bottom.
Wow.
Just think standard bread's just too boring.
You're just the worst British person in the world, aren't you?
I then have a ciabatta after that, and it wouldn't be a low calorie one. Absolutely fucking not. Number three would be baguette, nice warm baguette. And number two would be a wrap. Like, I love a wrap. I think a wrap's a really solid sandwich choice. I love putting everything in a wrap, folding it up. Oh, I just love it. Chicken Caesar wrap with full of chicken. Oh, I love it. And then bagel, obviously number one. Bagel. I think we both
You
agreed.
never sound more northern when you just said that.
Really. We both agree on the bagel being number one, the same as we both agree about the cookie. We both agree this is a superior choice, and
It
that the
is
bagel will
superior choice.
always win.
It's just such a.
Bagels are incredible.
They're
Why are
so
they
good.
so good? It's all that little hole in it, isn't it? It's just a hole. That's all it is.
They're cooked differently, right? Because they're cooked in
Yeah, but it can't be.
oil
Yeah,
like
again, with the
roti.
bagel, it's not one of those ones you get from a supermarket that's just bread shaped like a donut. No, no, it's a proper bagel, the one that's a boiled, and you they have that chewiness to them. Like, oh, so good. A
They're
bagel is superior.
decently. I think they're like nicely versatile as well. Because I'd like slavering like peanut butter on it is banging. When you've
Yeah.
like when it's like hot and then the peanut butter's hot, you're like, oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Going everywhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to have that quite often. Peanut butter and like jam on top as a sick form kind of breakfast, which is
Must have it now. I just think a bagel with peanut butter and jam on is just so good.
there's a there's a
Like,
there's a store. If anybody's in London, there's a store called It's Bagels, um, and it is banging. Daniel, go and have a look at their Instagram.
it's
It's
bagels.
Bagels is the prime location. I think they've got two of them now. Um, they do like your salt beef, your
Yeah.
breakfast ones, like proper big, like chunky New York things.
Oh, they look so good.
They're good. They're like, and because you can get the schmears, they're good. Put a schmear in that bad
Mm.
boy, which is beautiful. They're very nice. Not gonna lie.
They do look good, yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people would go to the Brick Lane bagel as well, right? That's
Well, that's
one
the famous one, right?
famous. Yeah, but if anybody's looking for a new cool spot to go to, I think there's one in Primrose Hill. There's even not. There's one in Notting Hill. There's one in Soho. I'm not too sure. But it's very nice. Very
It's open
good.
24 hours, that one, Brick Lane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Impressive.
I've been a couple of times at ridiculous things, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I want to go there right now.
Don't think you're gonna find much of their salt beef and stuff over in Dubai, no?
No,
No.
no. £7.50 for one, though. It's still not bad, is it?
£7.
Inflation. Mm. Good
They're
bit of
quite
salt beef bagel, like £7.50. I think it's
they're
not
quite
bad.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah.
quite expensive. I agree.
You
I
think of
don't
what you pay for a burger, though.
Yeah, I paid more for a burger. Why is that?
No.
Is that is there more invested? Is there more kind of skill involved in a burger?
Don't know. I just think it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's my contribution to today. Is that
Excellent.
so?
Excellent.
Yeah, there we go.
I have one question from our I every month we do it's not a coach's corner, it's a town hall. And there was a question which was I just thought it was quite interesting that people were talking about it. Obviously, Kieran, who asked it, has been invested in doing better things with his coaching service for a while, which is cool. So he asked a lovely question about testing protocols and what he should be doing. Basically, it was quite cool in the fact that he's got this type testing sheet which we've created. So, like strength, power, strength endurance, jump distance, like initial like testing loads. He's tested them a year apart. It's too long, but maybe every 4 months, every 6 months. Wonderful. But you can kind of see the data from back to back. And basically, you're just like looking for what from this kind of data how does it inform coaching decisions? So we answered some of those questions. I think it's an important thing that it's certainly a thing that I probably I guess pride myself that I'm okay at. from just picking out certain things that you're like, all right, there's certain things that if you've got enough experience, you're looking for in the data to go, that's the issue, or like that's the thing. It's the whole like, oh, I paid this mechanic like 10 grand and he spent 2 minutes here. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because he knows which hammer to use on which bit,
yeah,
not, if there's a random guy who's cost like £20, but he's here for
yeah.
7 hours. It's like, but he might get there. And you're like, okay, can pinpoint that's the issue. Okay. So with this, so there's a few like unilateral based movements, like split squats, right and left. There's single arm dumbbell press, right and left. There's like broad jumps, triple broad jumps, standing triple broad jumps on left and right foot, counter movement jumps. These are like more runners and athletic guys or girls, I think. I absolutely butchered this lady's name because Kieran's Irish, so he's training some traditionally Irish fucking names. And I was
Yeah.
like, he was like, I knew you were going to fuck that up. I was like, yeah, I will again. I'm not even going to try. I was like, is it Aymar? Aymar? I've got that wrong again. I know it. So, how do you do
That's
E?
probably like Sophie or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
Stephen the woman. Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Eimear. Aimir?
No,
Amir?
not a clue.
Imir?
No, no idea, mate.
Siobhan. Anyway, Siobhan was right, and yeah, what we're looking for is like there's a few things. When you got some of these tests, there's generally speaking, you're looking for unilateral differences that could be injury indicators, which there was, or kind of predispositions. That there was a big gap between left and right on a press, not really that much on the split squat, but there are certain ratios that we're looking for as well, which should inform your decisions, which should inform like what you should be trying to kind of perhaps correct. Or is there a reason why that one is heavily biased to the other? This person is a pole vaulter, so I was like, all right, do they do this bit a lot? Like
Mm,
the right hand is definitely stronger because this is going to be that over the top force is going to be bigger than this like downward force from the left hand side. And I was like, I think that makes sense, but I would still implore. I'd imagine there could be an injury waiting to happen on that left hand side if they overpower. So I was like, there's an issue. Um, and then traditionally, we just look at elastic and strength deficits with these people, especially looking at it from if we know the background of the sport, like they're a pole vaulter, and then I sent them a video to go watch. Who's that Swedish lad who fucking just smashes it all the time? He like
couldn't tell you.
does a world record every single time. And I was like, all right, I realized that people are like, oh, but they're not as good as them. I was like, yeah, but that success shows clues, right? Go look what he does, and if you train to a tenth of what he does, it'd be pretty good, right? So you could probably get there. That's the one thing I don't get when people come back at me with like, why? Well, I'm not an athlete, so why would I'm like, yeah, but like, why would you not want to? I'm not that good yet. I'm like, why would you not want to strive to be good as Usain Bolt, or why would I not want to try and train like Rory McIlroy? They're clearly very good at it, so why would I not want to try and replicate stuff that they do? It always baffles me that one. Anyway, they're like, oh, but
Because
I'm not.
people are lazy, Tom.
Correct. Yeah, that's very true. I'm like, but I'm not that good yet, or I'm not a professional. All right, well, we'll tone it down.
Which is weird because I'd like you, I'd want to train like Rory
Yeah,
McIlroy. Give
fuck
me
it.
Rory
I'm like,
McIlroy's training plan or what he's doing. I'm doing it.
I want to be like, how did that person do that? I want to try and do that. Like, that'd be cool. That's why
Mm.
wouldn't I push myself? Oh yeah, I don't think I'm ready yet. Fuck it. Have a go. Yeah, but we to
Mm.
learn about strength deficits and elastic deficits, and very easily we picked out that the counter movement jump and the non-counter movement jump was almost identical, which is really weird. Very weird. And I was like, well, that's
Yeah.
fucking odd. Like using a jump mat as well. So we got like decent data. I was like, well, there's a glaring issue there of there's three ways of producing force. We've got rate of force development, we've got stretch reflex, okay, so stretch shortening cycle, and then just a normal one that most people use is just like a normal amortization phase, which is like a 1, 2, and then blast off and get really powerful. Um, and this girl needs to do shit tons of stretch shortening cycle work. But
Mhm.
we wouldn't know unless we test. So I don't like the argument of like people, oh, but we're testing every week because we write down what the weights we've done and all this kind of stuff, which I understand that we're accessing training volume and all this kind of stuff. It's all good. But I like the the occasion of peaking towards a test every 3 to 4 months and just seeing what they can do, which is nice. But yeah, it was interesting one where you just wanted to know if
Well, I
people
think as
had
well, like
tests.
it's also the thing that you've got to remember there, Tom, though, is that most coaches don't know what to do with that data. So, like you said there about those things, like straight away, again from working football, I know about the counter movement, non-counter movement jump, and know why you do it, and you know that if they're the same thing, you know that you're like, well, you can't use that use that
Well,
energy
you can't
effectively.
bounce.
You can't use it. Yeah, yeah, right. You can create it out of nothing. Okay, great, you can do that bit. But there you can't use it and make the most of that and absorb it and then produce more, right? It's coaches don't know what to do with that information. You give that information that you've just described there to 20 coaches, 18 of them don't know. They might take a wild guess
Yeah.
out of those three options that you give, but they don't know. So I think that's the reason people don't test is that coaches go, they wouldn't know what to do with the information.
And I
So they
think
go, oh,
I
yeah,
think
bother.
I think they think it's more complicated than it
Mhm.
is. And it's
Yeah.
like I've got a batch of tests, cool. And I'm just seeing the differences between certain
But
things.
the thing that I think, so me and Mike talk a lot about retention in the members group, right? And we didn't bring this up on the call on Monday, right? But this is where coaches really miss a trick because with this information, right? And I'm just thinking about this from a golf point of view, right? If my golf coach turned around to me and goes, Dan, I want you to do these four performance tests, right? These four performance tests. You've got all these results from these performance tests. Oh, look, Dan, out of these four tests you did, three of them here, you're at a good level. You're at a PGA level. This one, you're miles off the PGA level. What do you think I'm going to spend the next 3 months wanting to practice? Like, and whereas coaches go, people just lose motivation. They don't really want it enough. They don't really come to the end of their journey. I'm like, no, you've just not mapped out the journey for them. Whereas if I did that and my coach went away and I did that and then I like improved my short game, right, you're at PJ level now, right? And he said, you're all at a PJ level, right? What he would do if he was a smart coach would then go, we're now going to do all the tests again. Oh, Dan, actually, this one that you were good at has actually dropped slightly. And this one that you were doing okay with, you're now close to the top 100 PGA or top 50 PGA. Then he changes the metric of what he tracks and he goes, well, knowing me, would go, well, I want to be as close as I can to PGA top 100, top 50, whatever. And I'm just using it, obviously, I'm nowhere near that. I'm just using it as an example, right? Or you could take a golfer and you go, this is what 20 handicap would do, a 10 handicap, a zero, plus five. All my coach has got to do is say to me, well, look, Dan, if you want to be a plus five, this is where you need to be. I'm going to be motivated to go. And again, like you said about testing, people don't know if you present that information and go, well, look, actually, strength and power stuff, there's no point you doing more back squats. You're fine at that. You
Yep.
can't actually develop any short speed. You present that to someone and you go, you're not good at this bit. You're not good enough compared to these other people. Most people go, well, I want to work on that then. It's not about necessarily always setting PBs or like doing photo shoots or doing marathons. It's like, no, that just focuses them for the next 2 or 3 months of
It's
coaching. Like,
identify that weak link. 100%. It's
like literally, it's
hopefully if you've got a high rocks clients, and we talked about it before, it's like, and there's data that's so easy and like accessible out there. It's identifying the weak link that's going to get you the better high rocks time, not spending because I'm really good at sled pushing. All right, well, if you're in the top 1 percentile, don't bother fucking training it. If you're in the last percentile, fucking ski again. Guess what? We're fucking training. Like that's the whole thing for your next block. The same thing with those tests, right? Like Kieran didn't just pluck them out of like thin air. It was very general kind of thing. But it was like, okay, these are going to apply what he thinks to a
mm,
pole vaulter, an athlete that needs to produce shit tons of force. Okay, that's the biggest thing that they're going to have to do. So those jumps going to be a big indicator, which is good. Which is
yeah.
good. Learning, which is wonderful.
Learning. Yeah, so I got a point I want to bring up. That I think is really important for online coaches. If you're an online coach to this, you need to kind of embrace this a little bit. I've started recently helping my brother out a little bit with his online coaching stuff, and
I thought you were going to say golf. Get
well, he
out.
needs it. He does need it, but um, and we had an interesting discussion. He just moved house. He's doing all his busy face-to-face stuff. He's got another kid on the way, like just crazy stressful and busy and all this sort of stuff. Right? We're
Yeah.
having an in-depth chat about his business and what he wants to do going forward with stuff. And one thing I said, I think you could tell it kind of struck him, and we are having a conversation about content and creating content and all this sort of stuff. And he was talking about being in person. He enjoys it, doesn't want to necessarily go fully online. He does enjoy it in person, all this sort of stuff, right? And I said to him, I said, like, to make this work, you've got to want to make content. You've got to be someone that wants to make content and enjoys making content and lives to make content. And you could just see him pause. It was like, because he doesn't like a lot of people. I don't think they really massively enjoy making content at the start. You got to find what you enjoy and find what you do. And I think that a lot of people who are very, very good at this, like I said, you've got to want to make it. I don't think many coaches actually want to make it. I feel like they have to make it. And I come back to when me and Mike used to do YouTube videos. I used to love making those YouTube videos. We used to have fun. We used to storyboard. We used to enjoy it. Even the stuff that I do where I do my talking heads to the camera, I do quite enjoy making them. I do enjoy sharing what I think people need to hear. I do. That's why I can just film a video in 3 minutes, post it, it's from my brain. And I just don't think coaches are really aware of how much content creation takes up an online coach's work. And I just think you have to be someone that wants to do it. I don't think you have to love it. I don't think you have to love it. I think that's a key distinction. But you have to really want to do it. And I don't think that many people do it. And it was almost when I said that to him, you could tell he kind of was like, I thought it was just something I had to do. And I was like, well, yeah, you have to do it. But it also comes across from the coaches that I know who have to do it and the ones that want to do it.
Yeah.
And there's a key difference there within that. And I think that the people that want to do it experiment with different styles. They try different stuff. They don't care about the likes. They don't care if it flops. They don't care if the engagement isn't high. They don't care about that because they're more bothered about the fact that they want to make content and want to share a message. They want to get it out there into the world. The people that have to make content or feel like they have to always worry about the views, always worry about the likes. And for me, whenever someone worries about the metrics of their content, it tells me that they don't actually want to make content. That's the key metric that I kind of utilize and kind of look at. Because the people who want to make content know that it's a process. They know it's a learning process. They know that it's something that they're going to get better at as they go. They're going to find their groove. They're going to find their way. They're going to find their style. They're going to find things that they enjoy about it. They're going to find something they're known for. Um, Whereas the people that don't are the ones that are always asking those questions. How do I get more views? How do I get more followers? How do I get more likes? How do I get all that stuff? The people that I think do really well with this stuff don't ask those questions. Don't ask those questions. They do it because they want to do it. I think that's a really key indicator for me. Um, I'm writing this down because I've got it down to do a video on this tomorrow. And that stuff I've just said there about the likes and shares and stuff like that, I didn't write down. That's just come to me just now. So there you go. But it's like with this podcast, like you've got to want to do it. Like we don't do this necessarily now, necessarily to try and massively boost our business. If we did, we do it slightly differently. We come with a bit more of a plan, a bit more action and stuff. But we've got to we want to catch up with each other. We want to talk. We want to do these things, right? And I think there's an element to it where it's like we then want to pass on that information to other people that listen to our stuff, and they do like us. Hopefully, you guys like listening to our stuff. But we don't do this because we have to do it. I think that's the key. There's a key thing within that I don't think many coaches understand about the people that are really good at content. People that are really good at it,
Yeah.
they do it because they want to
There's,
do it.
there's definitely like an excitement when you're
Yeah,
producing it or doing whatever. There's that like a little bit of adrenaline that you want. Um,
yeah,
like I can speak from, I get it when I teach or when
yeah,
I'm doing that kind of thing. I love that part of it. Like if somebody could produce all my slides and shit straight away, that'd be great.
yeah,
And just like that's the painful part that I have to do
yeah,
for me to want to do like the teaching, the kind of coaching, the sharing, the that kind of thing. And it definitely is something that like and with that as well, because there are different content types, and obviously you've been beating the drum on pushing YouTube and stuff like that. And there'll be there'll be coaches that are both sides of the coin in terms of their short form content is what they love doing, or their long form content is what they love doing. And it's like
yeah,
probably playing around with both of those. If you're thinking like shit, actually I hate Instagram, well, go full potato into YouTube, make 100
yeah,
YouTubes,
mhm,
like try it, and gradually get better. If you're like, okay, there is a different platform, or if you're like, no, I hate fucking long form content, keep doing short form. Just learn about it though, and understand what's happening. I think, yeah, I think with the metrics thing though, I go backwards and forwards on that because I feel like people obviously share their message, but there are some people who will keep beating like a dead horse kind of thing. Of like if they think the content is good, but it's actually sucky.
Well, yeah, I think look by that I'm look, you've got to look at the data and you've got to adapt it if it's not good. But I mean more so the people that are desperate for the followers and the likes and
Mm.
it's all they care about.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you that you can't just make, well, you say that, but I mean, I've seen some really bad content online for people and they go viral because it's bad and it gets shared because it's bad. Do you know what I mean? Like there's one of them. I can think of a couple actually come to mind that I should probably share with you actually, but I feel bad for making fun of them because they're so bad.
Yeah, no, and it's like, oh, they're putting themselves
Um,
out there for doing something or
yeah,
whatever.
they're not actually gonna make anything off the back of it. But
No,
like, and that's where with YouTube, I'm saying to a lot of people at the moment, I'm like, just make 10 videos. People are coming to me after making three or four, being like, oh, this one's flop. This one. I'm like, no, it hasn't. You haven't made enough videos yet. Stop it.
no.
And once you've made 10, you go, right, pick the top three views out of those. Your next 10 videos, make variations of those three, because they're the ones your audience clearly like, you clearly want to be known for. How can you niche down a little bit more in each of those topics, right? That's how you do it. And then you go, oh, I've learned so much in 10 videos. I learned how to edit better on my videos. I know what hooks work best now. I know what type, right, well, there you go. Perfect. Now you want to make it. Now you want to make these videos. You want to do this sort of stuff. You need to use the data to inform your ideas and inform the direction you're going to go, but it shouldn't be the sole reason that you're making it, the sole reason you want to do things along the way. So yeah, it's yeah, I was just speaking to him. I just said like, you look at some people that are really good at it. They make it part of their life. They clearly want to make videos. They clearly want to document their life. They clearly want to do these things because
Yeah.
that's what coaches do. Is they compare themselves to Justin Canusi, Tom Trotter, 100,000 followers, a month. People, they're getting and go, why can't I be like them? I go, well, it's ingrained in their life, isn't it? They film everything that they do. They want to clearly want to film everything that they do for whatever reason. Now, again, there's a spectrum, right? But why not embrace that side of things a bit more if you want to be like that, if you want to do that sort of stuff, right? I just think that online coaches have to change the way they view content because too many of them are so they're just like, oh, I've got to do it. Oh, I've got to do it. And I'm like, well, if you think like that, it comes across like that, doesn't it? It comes across that way. Like you have to want to do it. And like again, we talk about passion a lot and what you want to share with the world. And we talk about, what you share and the things that you want to talk about. It's like you've got a passion clearly for helping coaches understand there's more to fucking fitness and bodybuilding. Clearly. Clearly you have. You clearly want to say these things and talk to them about it. I think that's the thing that frustrates me is the people that sit and piss and moan about it, but yet aren't passionate. And I'm like, well
It's
then,
it's finding that thing that you're able to like go hard on as well. Because
yeah,
with the obviously Tom Trotter is a good example. Doesn't he shares his own fitness thing, but he never talks analytically about it. He never talks like what his
yeah,
plan's doing, and he shares like I did get annoyed with his content. I've got to admit, I did like almost mute him the other week with the whole his fiance coming back into Dubai because they were apart for a while, and it seemed very
yeah,
odd that he was in Dubai and she was over there, and then it was like, oh, I couldn't stand to be without, even though it was. I was like, that felt 110% rehearsed and
yeah,
unfortunately planned. And I was like, guarantee it was. I don't
yeah.
think it happened for content's sake. I
I
think,
think so. I think a fair chunk of it will be staged.
yeah, which is
A fair chunk of
unfortunate.
it.
And
Yeah.
that annoyed me a little bit. But you've got to be able to like from that point of view, because essentially it was almost like a reality TV show that I was like now in. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm done. I'm see you later. I
Yeah.
don't want to know
Yeah.
about your life in that much respect. I was like, I like the like feel good photo like stuff. You go and run with a random man or like this
Hmm.
person's going to the gym and all that kind of stuff. As soon as it got, I was like, nah, no, it's like a dating show now. Um, but with that, he's very comfortable about letting someone in deeply into his private life. That's his thing. That's his
Hmm.
thing. That he wants to be like he's showing personality and being vulnerable and all that kind of stuff. Most
Yeah.
of us, myself and Dan included, do not want to do that.
No.
I do not want everybody knowing my business or whatever. So you have to feel like what other stuff can you go down the route of to let people into your life or about you and certain how they're going to resonate with you. So that's the thing that I think you've got to like figure out essentially. Which yeah, he's figured out far better than we have in terms of being able to interact in terms of interaction. So There's
Yeah.
always going to be more stuff that you can do, which is fun. But I think that's one thing where people, I think that's the big, maybe one of the biggest things for wanting and having to do it. It's like finding that thing that you can let people in on.
Yeah.
Um,
And the
that
thing,
part.
the thing with that as well is, it like, I think whenever I use those two as examples, I'm never saying you have to share your life in the way that they do.
Yeah.
It's more so that you can tell they love doing it. Like they just talk about themselves and what they're up to, and like I say, the depth that they go into, I don't think is needed from people. But it's more so the fact that they do it every day. They turn up and do it, and they share it all. But yeah, it's just it's just fascinating to me. Like I just think from sitting where I am again, having gone through all the stuff with content that I've gone through, it's not easy, but because someone asked me, they were like, oh, how do you not just get sick of saying the same thing over and over again? And I'm just sat there going like, no, because you still need to hear it, don't you? You still don't fucking do it, do you? I was like, and I've still got to help you. Like, so there's part of it where like the passion to help people comes across more than your boredom for saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just the way it is. It's like, how many times are you telling your clients the same thing? He's like, yeah, true. I was like, right, well, repeat yourself. You're gonna repeat yourself. That's why you got to be passionate about this. You got to care about it. You got to want to help people. You got to do all that sort of stuff. And it's why the coaches who just say send cold DMs and do all that sort of shit don't actually care. And it comes across all the content I see online that always is trending. You know, the ones that there's loads of this trending style content. You see people just copying other people's styles. They don't care. That's how I know you don't care, because you're just doing recipe videos because you think you want to get more followers. You don't actually care about people. And that's someone who feels like they have to make content, not wants to make it.
Yeah.
They have to make content. They have to grow their followers and I guess they'll do anything they can. Like I worked with someone not long ago, and she was always a bit confused as to what she wanted to do. And I'm always going back and forth on our calls. And it finished with if she finished coaching with me because she couldn't really figure out what she wanted to do. And her big thing was that she'd posted about fat loss. She was bored of talking about fat loss and food. She wanted to focus on training, getting women strong, getting them fit and healthy in the gym, so they could have longevity, get strong, set PBs. Wanted to focus more on the training side of stuff in the check-ins and not about food. Stopped working with me, started posting recipe videos. One or two have gone viral. She's gone big. 100,000, not gone big. She already had 100,000 people, but they weren't really engaging because she wanted to change her niche. And she's just gone back to doing that. And I'm like, well, in conversations I've had, I know you hate talking about food, you hate talking about fat loss, and you just made a recipe book all about fat loss. And I kind of go, just like people just are so desperate to have people follow them, engage with them, not do that much work, buy a recipe book because it's easier than doing check-ins. And I just go, yeah, but I know you don't want to do that. I know you're not passionate about it. You're doing it just for the followers, just because you want more people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny how it all works out with that sort of side of stuff. And I just think from a longevity point of view, someone like that, it's just never. I'm like, are you gonna get bored in a year? There's no real
Fortunately,
drive or
so.
passion. It's just the numbers. Anyway, there you go.
Wonderful. Any recommendations?
Yeah, eat some bagels. That's my recommendation. Eat
Go to In
some.
Bagels and have some schmears and tell me
Yeah.
what schmears you're going to put on. Um, yeah, so there it's a bit pricey, but it's good.
So you only live once. Might as well spend the money.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you next week.
See you later.